New EU sanctions are to be imposed on Belarus after a crisis on its border with Poland, which is also the EU's external frontier. Thousands of migrants from the Middle East and some from Afghanistan have made their way from Belarus to the Polish border and are now trapped there. Belarus's president, who has the support of Russia's Vladimir Putin, is accused of orchestrating the crisis by flying migrants in and pushing them towards the EU. He denies that. Our correspondent Steve Rosenberg has this eyewitness account from the Belarus side of the border.
Poland has become a focal point in discussions about immigration in Europe. This predominantly homogeneous country, nestled in the heart of Central Europe, has faced a significant influx of immigrants and refugees. The situation posed complex challenges and ignited debates both within Poland and across the European Union. However, Poland's recent actions have showcased a unique approach to tackling the immigration crisis, setting a precedent that could serve as a model for other nations grappling with similar issues. Before we start, smash the like and subscribe buttons for more updates. Poland's immigration crisis peaked amid the broader European refugee crisis.
It is an abuse of some of the world's most vulnerable people, migrants turned into weapons in a political battle. Tonight, there's desperation near the border of Belarus. Migrants, many of them from the Middle East and Africa, armed with shovels and wire cutters, are trying to break through the barbed wire barrier and enter neighboring Poland,
which saw millions of people fleeing conflict zones in the Middle East, Africa, and parts of Asia. For Poland, the primary concern was the wave of migrants attempting to cross into the country from Belarus. This was widely perceived as a politically motivated move by the Belarusian government.
Very happy to take part in this debate about democracy in Europe. So let me give you some example of very major democracy in Poland, over 1,000 years of tradition of Polish nation,
which allegedly facilitated the entry of these migrants to destabilize the EU and Poland specifically. The geopolitical tensions added a layer of complexity to Poland's already challenging immigration scenario. Initially, Poland's response was characterized by a mixture of humanitarian concern and security imperatives. The country erected a fence along its border with Belarus, aimed at curbing the influx of migrants. This move, while controversial, was part of a broader strategy to manage the borders effectively.
The crisis at the European Union's eastern border is only escalating. Clashes have broken out at the Poland-Belarus border in the eastern village of Kuznica. Polish forces fired tear gas at the migrants after they resorted to stone pelting. Polish forces say one officer has seriously been injured with a likely skull fracture.
Poland's government argued that such measures were necessary to maintain control over its borders and ensure national security. In parallel with these security measures, Poland also took steps to streamline and improve its asylum and immigration processes. Recognizing the inefficiencies and bottlenecks in the system, the government introduced a series of reforms designed to expedite the processing of asylum applications.
The highest GDP after COVID in European Union is Poland. One of the lowest debts in European Union is Poland. So don't give us this rubbish about the need of educated.
These reforms included increasing the capacity of immigration offices, employing more staff, and leveraging technology to track and manage cases more efficiently. The objective was to ensure that genuine refugees and asylum seekers could be identified and processed swiftly while minimizing the potential for abuse of the system.
The situation here,
Ahmed, an English teacher from Syria, has tried 4 times to climb the fence along the Belarus border, waiting for a chance to head west into EU member Poland, where he could apply for asylum.
We came from war to find a good life. We came for peace. We are not against anybody here.
Poland's approach to the crisis was not just about tightening borders and expediting processes. The country also placed a strong emphasis on integration. Understanding that successful integration of immigrants is crucial for social cohesion, the Polish government and various non-governmental organizations, NGOs, launched numerous initiatives to facilitate the assimilation of immigrants into Polish society. Language courses, vocational training, and cultural orientation programs were established to help newcomers adapt to their new environment.
As we heard yesterday, we don't need your doctors, we don't need your engineers. Take them all, and pay for them. We don't need them. You know why? Because there is zero terrorist attacks in Poland. Why? Because there is no illegal migration in Poland. So don't give me this look. Don't give me these arguments about the populism, because this is a fact. This is your data from Eurostat. So we don't need your engineers. We don't need your doctors. Take them. Do not teach us.
These efforts were complemented by community engagement programs that aim to foster understanding and cooperation between immigrants and local residents. One of the most notable aspects of Poland's response to the immigration crisis was its collaboration with international organizations and other EU member states. Poland engaged actively with the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, UNHCR, and the International Organization for Migration, IOM, to ensure that its policies and practices were in line with international standards and best practices. Additionally, Poland worked closely with its EU partners to share intelligence, resources, and strategies, reinforcing a collective European response to the migration challenge.
Poland has accused Belarus of trying to trigger a major incident on the border between the two countries by encouraging migrants to try to force their way across. The Polish government says there are currently between 3,000 and 4,000 people at the border, with thousands more ready to follow them. 12,000 Polish troops have been deployed along the razor-wire fence of the border. The European Union says Belarus is seeking revenge for Western sanctions. Our Europe correspondent Nick Beek has more.
The economic dimension of Poland's immigration policy also played a pivotal role. Recognizing the potential of immigrants to contribute to the economy,
the red line goes up very quickly, the blue line goes like that, and indeed by 2030, look, that red line has overtaken the blue line. Poland has overtaken the UK in terms of GDP per capita. So that is the point that Keir Starmer is making. But here's the thing, you can't really treat economics like this, because fast-growing frontier economies, they don't always maintain their growth rate.
Poland implemented policies aimed at facilitating their entry into the labor market. The government introduced measures to recognize the qualifications and skills of immigrants, making it easier for them to find employment commensurate with their abilities. This approach not only helped immigrants become self-sufficient, but also addressed labor shortages in various sectors of the Polish economy. Despite these efforts, Poland's handling of the immigration crisis was not without its critics. Human rights organizations raised concerns about the conditions in some of the detention centers and the treatment of migrants at the border. There were also accusations of pushbacks, where migrants were allegedly forced to return to Belarus without having their asylum claims properly assessed. These criticisms highlighted the delicate balance that Poland had to maintain between enforcing border security and upholding humanitarian standards.
On the border between Poland and Belarus, the Belovezha forest, popular with tourists and nature lovers, has been the site of recent clashes between Polish soldiers and migrants, prompting Poland to reintroduce a 200-meter buffer zone. The area has been partly divided by this fence since 2021, when Poland first faced an influx of migrants from Belarus. Just last week, the Polish border guards were treated in the hospital after sustaining injuries at the border from attacks by migrants, that including a stabbing.
In response to these concerns, the Polish government took steps to improve the conditions in detention centers and ensure that the rights of migrants were respected. Oversight mechanisms were strengthened, and additional training was provided to border guards and immigration officials to handle situations more sensitively and humanely. Poland also worked to enhance transparency in its immigration processes, allowing for greater scrutiny and accountability. The role of civil society in addressing the immigration crisis in Poland cannot be overstated. Numerous NGOs, community groups, and religious organizations played a crucial role in supporting migrants and advocating for their rights. These groups provided essential services such as legal assistance, medical care, and social support, often filling gaps left by government programs. The collaboration between the government and civil society was instrumental in creating a more comprehensive and humane response to the crisis. Education was another critical component of Poland's strategy. Schools and educational institutions were at the forefront of integrating young immigrants into Polish society. Special programs were developed to help immigrant children learn Polish and catch up with the national curriculum. Teachers received training to handle the diverse needs of their students, fostering an inclusive environment that encouraged mutual respect and understanding. Poland's experience with the immigration crisis also underscored the importance of public perception and the media.
Don't give me these arguments about the populism, because this is a fact. This is your data from Eurostat. So we don't need your engineers, we don't need your doctors. Take them. Do not teach us. Do not teach us about democracy, because we know what the democracy is. So learn from Poland. Be like Poland. Thank you very much.
The government and various stakeholders recognize the need to address the narratives surrounding immigration to prevent misinformation and xenophobia. Media campaigns and public information initiatives were launched to highlight the positive contributions of immigrants to Polish society and to counteract negative stereotypes. These efforts aim to build a more informed and tolerant society capable of embracing diversity. In the broader context, Poland's handling of the immigration crisis reflects a pragmatic and multifaceted approach.
And joining us for more on these developments is our correspondent Lucy Hof from Brussels. Thanks very much, Lucy, for being here with us. Tell us more about the sanctions that the European Union is now taking on as a means to build pressure on Alexander Lukashenko.
Well, this is an expanded package of sanctions following on from 4 rounds of sanctions already imposed on Belarus since last year, since that contested election over the summer.
The country demonstrated that effective border management, streamlined processes, and robust integration programs are essential components of a successful immigration policy. Poland's actions also highlighted the importance of international cooperation, civil society involvement, and public engagement in addressing complex challenges. As Poland continues to navigate the dynamics of immigration, the lessons learned from this crisis are likely to shape its future policies. The experience has reinforced the need for a balanced approach that prioritizes security without compromising humanitarian values. It has also shown that immigrants can be valuable assets to society when given the opportunity to integrate and contribute. Looking ahead, Poland's evolving immigration policy will likely focus on building resilience and adaptability. The country will need to remain vigilant in monitoring migration trends and responding to emerging challenges. This includes addressing the root causes of migration, such as conflict, poverty, and environmental degradation, through diplomatic and development efforts. Poland's journey in managing its immigration crisis offers valuable insights for other nations facing similar challenges. By combining security measures with humane practices, leveraging international partnerships, and fostering integration, Poland has crafted a response that balances national interests with global responsibilities. The Polish example underscores the importance of a comprehensive and inclusive approach to immigration, one that recognizes the potential of immigrants to enrich and strengthen society. Moreover, Poland's engagement with its citizens to cultivate a more inclusive and tolerant society is a testament to the power of community in solving national issues. By actively involving the public in dialogue and initiatives, Poland has worked to reduce the fear and misunderstandings that often accompany large-scale immigration. This holistic approach, balancing firmness with empathy, positions Poland as a pioneer in modern immigration policy. Poland's response to its immigration crisis has been marked by a blend of pragmatism, innovation, and compassion. The country's efforts to secure its borders, streamline immigration processes, and integrate newcomers into society reflect a holistic approach that addresses both immediate and long-term needs. While challenges remain, Poland's experience provides a valuable blueprint for managing immigration in a way that upholds national security, respects human rights, and fosters social cohesion. As the world continues to grapple with migration driven by various factors, Poland's experience provides a beacon of hope and a practical guide. It highlights that with the right mix of policies, community support, and international cooperation, countries can not only manage but also benefit from immigration. Poland's story is a compelling narrative of resilience, adaptability, and the pursuit of harmony in a rapidly changing world. If you liked this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel. Also, leave your comments below and tell us, do you think Poland's approach to immigration is effective? We want to hear from you. Thank you for watching and see you next time.